There's a good chance December is the biggest sales month you have of the year selling products on Amazon. And I'm gonna give you the 3 biggest things to focus on for the month of December to maximize your efficiency and make the most money you possibly can. My name's Alex with AC Flips. I'm a full-time 6-figure Amazon seller, and the most important thing that you should probably be looking at every single day is the products that you sold over the last couple days, and look to replen those products. Honestly, you're not going to spend a ton of time sourcing in the month of December. You're just going to be mostly looking at the products you've already sold that month or the month previous, and then replenishing those products if you can still find them profitably. That is actually how I spend most of my mornings throughout the week, is looking at the products that sold yesterday and seeing if I can repurchase them if it still makes sense. There are certain items that I had 20 in stock, sold all 20 in one day, and need to replan those immediately. The more you can stay in stock, the more sales you're gonna get and the higher profits you'll have. That's basically a no-brainer, but staying in stock is actually super important, especially in the month of December, because you're gonna get that buy box wherever you want if you have stock and you're able to ship out and achieve that 2-day ship time that Amazon really wants for their customers. Now maybe you're thinking, well, how do you get something to sell 20 times in a day? It depends on the product and the rank, but also the repricing is super important. And that's my second tip to focus on, is actually making sure you're repricing your products very often. I actually recommend every single day to open up the repricer and just make sure that none of yours are outside of the range that you have set for the repricing, unless you're waiting for a higher price to hit and you're just not ready to set the repricer for that yet. You want to make sure that you're capitalizing on the fastest moving products. And if you're not keeping up with other sellers moving their price around, you're not going to get as many sales. And that repricer is actually going to help you get a ton of sales no matter what. If you find that it's really hard to reprice every single day, maybe do it every other day, or at least every day that you list new products, because you want those products as soon as they're listed to be within your repricer so they can start shifting with the price and selling faster. I actually listed some Black Friday deal products that I purchased right away and then waited a couple days before repricing. Didn't get hardly any sales on those. As soon as I started repricing those few products, most of them almost sold out of my 10 to 20 units that I purchased. So the repricer is super important, and it's really gonna help you with your sales this December. The last thing you should focus on is start prepping your units ahead of time, especially if you're using same-day shipping and you have a lot of orders to get out. Don't wait till the last minute to do those orders, because chances are you're gonna have a hard time fulfilling those orders on time. And you don't wanna get behind with shipping orders, because Amazon will ding your account pretty hard if you consistently are behind on your shipments. What I like to do is prep the products that I sold the day before fairly early in the day. So by the time that 2 p.m. cutoff comes around, I don't have a ton of products that need to get out that same day. And post offices close around 6 to 7 p.m. So I don't have a ton of time once that cutoff happens to get those products out the door. If you really have time and you look through your replens and you repriced all your products, maybe start prepping your products to ship before they even sell if you have the extra time. This can save you a ton of time in the future, because if you just have a ton of one item that takes a small poly bag, you can put those in a poly bag, throw them in a bin, label them, so that way when they do sell, all you have to do is print the label, slap it on, and send that product out the door, instead of sitting there ripping tags off. All that stuff can be done ahead of time, if you have the time. This is definitely not as important to have these products pre-prepped, but I do recommend prepping them as early as you can. So that way, especially over the weekend, when you get a ton of orders, you don't want to have to prep 300 orders to get out the door Monday and you haven't started any prep process. That happened to me a couple times last year, and I don't want to repeat that. There was a couple weekends, maybe like the middle of December, where I got 100 orders on a Friday, 100 orders on a Saturday, and 100 orders on a Sunday. And I have a 1-day handling time, which means I didn't ship those Friday orders until Monday. So I was scrambling Sunday all day, doing 300 orders, trying to get them ready to ship into the mail the next day, because obviously I didn't have time to prep those products on Monday hardly. So it was a struggle, and I didn't get a lot of sleep that night trying to get those products ready for the next day. So don't make that same mistake. Prep your products as early as possible, especially if you get a ton throughout the day. Try to spend an hour or two prepping them, when you have time, and that way it's gonna make it a lot easier when you need to get those out the door. A bonus tip that I have, again, you spend a lot of time at the post office, and if you want to avoid that with all the lines, I don't know if you've ever been to the post office in December, but there are so many lines. People are shipping products left and right. You can actually have USPS or UPS come pick up the packages from your house. You can use Pirate Ship to schedule those pickups, or USPS, you can actually go right to their website and schedule the pickup that way. And I did that last year a bunch of times, and it's so helpful. The products do have to sit out because you don't really know when USPS is gonna come and pick up the products. But there were times when I had 100 packages sitting on my front step, and I didn't have to go and take multiple trips into the post office, wait in line. That could take hours when I really just had to set the products on my front porch, waited for USPS to come pick them up, and then they took them away and it was done. I didn't have to leave the house. I didn't have to stand in line, and it saved me hours out of my day. I hope you guys are getting a ton of FBM orders currently. I know I am starting to ramp up, and as we get over the next week and a half, 2 weeks, you're gonna really start to see the velocities pick up and products are gonna start to sell like crazy. So keep grinding. It's gonna be worth it in the end. Focus on these 3 things. And if you guys did enjoy the content of this video, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in my next video.